Hello, beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. Let's dive into it right away. This is going to be your reading for next 3 months for money and success. We're going to start by pulling some symbols first. And if you're new here, I am Divine Light and I'm so happy you joined me today. If you go on to enjoy this message, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. It's a free way to enjoy the readings and also support the channel. Hit the bell so you never miss a video. We have the mouse and the buttercup looking really cute here. It says innocence. Let's see, we have number 0. It's the Fool vibe, guys, here. This is like a new beginning for some of you, basically. And 0 is like a full circle here. It doesn't have any angles in there. It kind of symbolizes new potentials, maybe even ending a cycle, okay? It's like a Fool in tarot deck, exactly. You may be embarking on a journey or starting down a new path. Remember that innocence and lack of understanding are not negative qualities. Instead, they remind us of our capacity for growth, adaptability, and learning. I want to add something to that. When we look at the tarot, we see the Fool actually has some tattered sleeves, which indicates that he has been through this journey before or some other journey. So he's not new, but he doesn't know this new subject. So this can be something you are actually exploring. You might not know about how to execute that, but you have life experiences. So you can use those. It doesn't mean that do not use any of the things that you know. This means that you can learn and grow. It means that you're not naive. We have the snail and the huckleberry, trust the invisible. Exactly. The invisible is going to uncover some things that maybe you are actually really wanting to have in your life. And the snail is moving slowly. That's why I feel like you can trust the invisible. Let's say you're in the dark and snail is on a dark surface there, as you can see. When you move slowly while you're gauging what's around you with your hand, that's what we do in the dark. Like with our hands, we try not to fall and gauge what's in front of us. So that's why slow movement is going to be a key when you're starting anew instead of just jumping off the cliff. That's not what the Fool does. We have the finch and peach. Okay, so romance. I'm going to tell you 2 things about this. This can be romance, yes, maybe a romantic partner coming into your life. And we're looking at the money situation. Maybe you are starting something with this kind of like maybe investing in, buying a new home with your romantic partner. It can be growing with them. It can also symbolize romanticizing your life, which maybe you always have this dream, desire, something that is put in your mind, but it is calling you. It is something maybe romantic. You don't think it's feasible. Seems like maybe it's time to start exploring that. It doesn't mean just invest everything in that. It means that, okay, let me look it up, what it means, what my heart desires to, for example, open up a donut shop. Okay, how can I make a donut if you don't know how to make it first? Like start doing following the breadcrumbs, basically. We have the elk and the ash here. Strength is going to be important. Strength actually represented by a lion in tarot. Here we have the elk. I want to look up because all these things have different meaning. And number 8, by the way, number 8 is material satisfaction and being. The cycle is ending, abundance and prosperity coming. So this is basically telling you are called to gather your strength ahead of a challenge. Face it with confidence in your own stamina, meaning do not overwork yourself. Tame any unruly elements that try to derail you. Am I prepared to face upcoming challenges? And I feel like the challenges are not really the challenges that set you back. It's actually going to set you forward, send you forward. Okay, because you're setting up to like going on a new adventure, and there are going to be obstacles. But if you're mentally prepared, they're not going to feel that way. Okay, that's very important. Let's dive into the coffee cup and see what that is going to show us. We have here someone actually leaning over. Initially I saw someone like tying their hands in the front. Kind of looks like a snake's head too. But there's someone here, like on a higher authority, talking to someone younger or smaller than them. So this is outside your comfort zone. Maybe that's why we said like you're exploring something. You're going outside your comfort zone. And the authority, maybe you think that is bigger than you, is not that of a big person or character. Maybe they are very like lenient, inconvenient. They can really give you the attention that you desire. That's really good to keep those things in mind, because it seems like some of you are really want to explore something, and that is going to require strength and courage. And even if you think that I would get rejected for that, there's another this, that, those other options available. Okay. And I see there are three people. I see many people. There were three heads significantly, one, two, three, dancing. And there's a, I was going to say kangaroo, but when I zoom in, I see like a tortoise shell here. There's a tortoise following them. Tortoise can be about something home related, maybe like homifying your space. I don't know if that's even a word. Maybe or moving slowly towards, like the snail here, a direction that is going to be your home, feels like home. And three people can symbolize here teamwork. You're going to come together with the people that are in the same headspace with you, and maybe you're going to create something together with them, which is important here, to have partnership, because life happens really fast, and when you try to do everything by yourself, it can cause burnout. That's why I feel like here trusting the invisible and moving slowly is important here. I see there's one clear cut paper here, but is a cup showing up before it, and then the paper shows up. Cup can be symbolizing something emotionally fulfilling coming, and I see kind of like a two birds right next to each other. You can see they're flapping their wings, and they're on like on the same line. Like we can say like the phone lines. The birds used to sit on the phone lines. So birds can also symbolize, okay, guys, birds can symbolize news, because they were trained to deliver news as well. So these two birds communicating with each other can symbolize some news that are actually being discussed at this moment within the first month, especially, that you're going to receive as a cup here. This can also be your communication, okay? You may be creating a partnership with someone. Two indicates partnership, and communicating something that is reaching to where it needs to go, and then comes back as a fulfilling offer, okay? But I would like to point it out. It can show up in a sense that something that you're passionate about, something that you would love to have in your life. Maybe it's not going to be initially something that has material backing to it, but it seems like the contract will follow. This can involve something that will have tears of joy here. This is another thing for some of you. The contract legal paper can symbolize maybe something so dragged out, finally being discussed by authorities here, and then it's being resolved for years. Okay. Another thing I see, there's a lobster claw, and I see two dogs running towards a lobster claw. Lobster is like today's world, because it's not something that you can just go out there and fish in the pond. It is something I think found in specific places and takes a while to grow. That's why, and it tastes good. That's why it's kind of like a luxury item. When I see this kind of like a luxury item as known stuff, I feel like here the claw, I mean, is there meat in the claw? The tail, I think there's some in there as well. So two dogs, hound dogs, running towards it means that there is something valuable. Okay, there's something rare, and that I want to point it out as well, in your hand, attached to your contract here. So dogs can be hunters, head hunters coming to my mind, or something maybe you're receiving as a paper, a valuable property, a value, maybe it's your resume. Okay, something like this is going to attract some attention here. But there's, on top of that, we have a sleigh coming forward. Do we have Santa? No, it's not attached to anything. So I'm going to interpret that there are multiple options appearing in front of you when you receive one thing, okay? Or the paper that you're putting out there can be your resume. If you're actually looking for actively work, it's when you put it out there, they're very clean cut way, you might get those offers, okay? But some of them are going to be really fast, and some of you may be working in a very vicious industries, okay? That hound dog kind of reminds me of that. I'm not saying dogs are vicious. I'm saying that just the way that they're running towards the hunt kind of like reminds me of maybe like, what is that? Wall Street type of industries, okay? I see what happens. Now I put it down. The sleigh kind of looks like a head of like a dragon to me. So some of you might be really following something that is passion to you, and maybe you are the dragon then chasing the dogs away afterwards, like when you have the power to maybe chase away things, okay? These creatures. I see someone, a man sitting on maybe like a wheelchair here. There's a woman, she has a phone in her hand. I know this is like a very specific scene, and like she is actually calling someone for help. This can be someone that you need to take care of. This can be like a masculine energy wise, something that is broken, that will require your creative approach to solve the problem. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you how the masculine energy can be something that is broken. Yes, action taken, but it didn't work. Feminine energy represents creativity, okay, communication, artistic expression. And so it seems like here, this is not something that you can grab the hammer and fix. Okay, you might have to like do some research, call some people, bring some professionals here, and it seems like it's going to start bringing some rain. And this can be something that is adding value into something you have material as well, but it will require some communication lines opening within the second month. I see here, and there's a fish above your head, so this can be something that maybe some sort of like a money coming in when you're being the dragon, taking care of some business and getting some financials in return. You will get the chance to also resolve a problem here, okay? Which is looking good to me. I see there's a fountain starts pouring after that. Some of you may be renewing your bathroom, guys, with like a money coming in, and there's a renewal happening. After that, I see there's a man. You can see 2 point, like the hat kind of have like 2 points. Kind of looks like a crown. Another thing here, kind of looks like sailor's hat to me. Sailor, like a military type of, like they wear this kind of like a boat shaped hat, and this person is holding a wand in front of him, like in his hand, and he's talking to someone younger than him. Wand can symbolize fire energy. It can be an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius, but I feel like this person has some like military vibes on him. Doesn't have to be where they work. It can be the personality, the discipline, okay? And maybe waking up really early, making the bed, your bed, or maybe this is you embodying the energy, and then like exercising. I mean, and so like that's, I mean, if you know old school military people, they are actually like that. So this can be someone who has that, and they're like good with, not all of them, I don't want to generalize, good with their money, their home, their setup, cleanup. So I feel here, but the difference between, like the only thing different I see here is the passion, that they're holding the wand in their hand. So this person knows what they're doing, expert on something, and they're really organized. So I feel like there's not going to be any confusion when communicating. This person comes with a passion. And I see that you're standing here. This can be you maybe allowing this person to come and like help you, or this can be like maybe you're walking towards the same door to maybe claim something with this person. Another thing I would like to say, this can be someone who's a professional who can help you and with what you want to do. Maybe that they can organize things for you, they can put things in order, and they're passionate about what they do, and they're showing up within the third month. And then when they show up, I see here kind of like a very strange shape, looks like 2 triangles attached to each other. I mean, like a ribbon, like maybe a gift. This is becoming a gift in your life, okay, to resolve something that I told you, that you're going to have the strength. The strength might attract other strong people to actually get you romanticize your life, do the things that you want to do. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, there's a hole in your heart. We have a guinea pig here. There's a bull, goat showing up. Goat can symbolize your resilience. Seems like your stuff, comes forth, your desire, like halfway, then pauses. And there's from through other same path, another desire comes forward, but that moves forward. Okay, let's slow down just a tiny bit. And what happens with a guinea pig? Guinea pigs are really, actually, they're really fun creatures. Okay, they eat a lot of greens. I see this girl actually dancing with her guinea pigs and feeding them all the time on social media. So they're a lovely bunch. But the thing is, I don't know if they can survive out there. That's why the guinea pig can be someone that can be really entertaining, romanticizing your life, helping you. But the thing is, the person might require protection. So if you are taking maybe someone under your wings during this time, they might have like effect on your money, because I see this girl is actually has a lot of followers with the guinea pigs and stuff. It can be something that you're feeding, you're benefiting from it, but it seems like you're also taking responsibility. That's why the strength comes in, okay? I see your energy field is intact, and the goat, like goat symbolizes being resilient. So this challenge will require you to be resilient while you are taking care of it, okay? I see there's like a fountain again, like pouring here. Fountain, is that called fountain? But I feel like there's a cave behind this, okay? So cave symbolizes, again, we can say maybe a place for you, that a goal for you, something hidden in the hindsight, in the plain sight. But when you walk through it, when you have the courage to walk through it, you're going to see that what's the invisible. That's the invisible thing, okay? Cave can be representing a home, a new job, something that not really visible to you. Maybe it's like something can be out in the open, but if you're not really like thinking it's available to you, you wouldn't really see that, okay? This kind of happens. I don't know if it happens to you. For example, you're looking for something in your house. You look everywhere and it's like just gone. It's in my language, they say the devil has taken it and you cannot find it. And when you let it go, okay, I'm not looking for it anymore, God's sake. You move away, then it suddenly appears. It's just right in front of you, you see that thing. So I feel like that's what it is. Some of you might be actually looking for something really hard, but it's behind the water, which is emotional detachment, I can tell you, okay? Maybe just letting it be is going to be the fastest way to reach this thing. And maybe that's why the guinea pig shows up here. Guinea pig is something that is going to help you move your focus. And there's a saying that I love. When you're feeling helpless, help someone. That will empower you and that will help you find what you're looking for. Let's see what tarot has to say. Four of Arrows is actually something that you need to if you want to take care of some things, like you have taken care of one situation, but there are three more. And if you want to take care of those things, you need to just give it a break, guys. Okay, take a simple break. And simple break can be a mental break. That's what the Four of Swords represents, because arrows here, arrows is the swords energy. It's the energy of mental challenges. So if you're overthinking something, or if you're like working so hard to make something happen, mentally trying to find a solution, this is basically telling you your mind needs to be quiet now. Old ways are not going to bring you new solutions. So in order for that, reset. Reset can be through meditation, prayer, can be taking a walk, but he's laying down here, sleeping. I have actually heard somewhere, sometimes I do that, write down your question, turn your problem into a question, write it down. How can I actually resolve that situation or solve that situation, and before you go to sleep, and then go to sleep. And then the first thing comes to your mind when you wake up, write it down, because usually you forget it, and then read it throughout the day and you'll find out how it's going to help you. That's the way. It cannot happen in the first try. It can happen on the 10th try, but if you're strong and you keep being resilient, you'll find a solution. That's why Four of Arrows is like basically finding your own way of quieting your mind to come up with a solution. Yes, exactly. That's what's going to happen. We have a white horse galloping towards a new future. Sun usually comes with like a Leo energy, but here, yeah, the child is actually riding a white horse, which is your bright white new solution coming to you clean, basically bleached. Tabula rasa, it doesn't have any spots on it, meaning this is going to be some like a new beginning, reset. Kind of reminds me of the movie, just popped in my head, Spotless Mind. I forgot the full name of the movie. Spotless Mind. Basically, changing your perspective completely is going to bring you the answer, okay? We have Eight of Pentacles here. Eight of Pentacles are actually, you see that he has 3 knowledge here, but there's more on the in the tree that he's going to go after it and get them. So it seems like what you're asking for, what you are trying to resolve, requires some extra information. You're maybe an expert at what you do, but it seems like it is going to require you to learn and explore a little bit more. It can also about, I told you, there are communication birds sitting side by side and talking. Maybe you need to find someone who can give you some information you need and gather that, because Eight of Pentacles is not only like doing excellent work, but also improving yourself along the way. We have Death card here. I'm going to clarify that. Death card is not really a negative card in tarot. I see sometimes in the comments, oh, is it mean in the literal sense? No, of course not. It means that this is something ending. This is something, it happens abruptly, suddenly, but this is something that you don't want in your life anymore, okay? What we see here in the original tarot, we see the king actually laying down, which is an old age. He's done now. He's done his duty, and it's not really like he's not really making the right decisions anymore. That's why Death Rider comes to claim him, and Hierophant, Pope, basically standing in front of him and looking at him, and he's wondering, oh, it's gonna come for me too. And then we see the child right next to the king. So it means that there's a new baby, a new solution, a new reset happening, a new relationship, a new job opportunity. Something new is coming forward, maybe a little bit immature, but it's going to mature along the way. So if this king is not making the right decision, he needs to go. And this is actually depending on your decision making as well. And if you don't make the right choice, the universe is going to make it for you. Because the Fool is right here. 2 innocence card, 2 zeros, 2 resets, new beginnings are waiting for you. And so that's why this is actually coming here, showing up, okay? Let's see what else we have. I like to use all these animal cards for this reading because I feel like they carry a lot of the energy of the earth, with their innocence, with their cycle. And also, like, I feel like we all have a duty against and towards the nature that we are fulfilling as well, okay? And they do it without questioning, unlike humans. We have the fox spirit here. Let's see, think on your feet. So think quickly. That's why I feel like this is coming, and then the fox is following. We have 3 foxes here. So come up with a solution immediately. As an Aquarius, as an air sign, you will probably very productive. You will be very productive to come up with practical solutions. Basically, before even the death comes, you can think about, like, ending comes, you can come up with the solutions to the problem, and you don't have to maybe even go through that kind of a drama here, okay? This can be, let me give you a simple example. Maybe you're like, you are not really appreciated. You're the amazing sunshine at workspace. You're so knowledgeable and you want to move on to a new place, but you're delaying it, okay? Instead of waiting for the time to come so you can get fired, maybe it's time to just start looking for a new job and like having the communication, sending out the resume. And when this happens, you're already on a new journey. You don't care about what happens back. Okay, think on your feet. Has come up with the reasonable solution now. And Squirrel Spirit says, believe in yourself because you are worthy of everything that you desire. Okay, you're here. This is your life journey, human experience, and that's why we came here to believe and trust that everything can work for us. That's why I feel like the elk spirit came forth to remind you that be courageous, be strong, and believe in yourself. You can make anything good. And miracles are endless. With the cow spirit, yes, you're going to experience a lot of miracles. It aligns with the sun, so it can be a lot of positive things aligning. Nightingale spirit, love is all around. See the love in everything. It's very important, okay? This can be something that you can turn into a daily practice. By the way, it doesn't have to be always like loving things about the money or whatever it is. It can be what makes you happy. Just start recognizing and appreciating those things, okay? We have your soulmate. Soulmate can be a friend, guys. It's not twin flame and soulmate are 2 different concepts. I don't usually do explanation videos, but if you're wondering what they are, please do a research, because we think that soulmate is only a romantic partner. can be, which romance showed up, but it can be also a mate to our soul that we made a pact before we come in and agreed that we're going to be supporting each other's growth. It can be a friend, it can be a teacher, it can be someone that is like you really get along well and supports your growth. Okay, this relationship is a match made in heaven, and it seems like here it's going to be supporting some of you are going to get that in your growth opportunity, the development process here. Okay. All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here for you to enjoy. I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.